Yo, what's going on, guys? Riot here. Kong Monkey. No, what was I talking about? What's going on, dude? I've made peace with the giant serpents. Today, I've done a weird thing, a very weird thing. I paid a bunch of developers and modelers to make a bunch of Kaiju eggs based off of Kaiju Universe Kaiju in Roblox because it sounded freaking awesome. And of course, we had to get weird with it. Oh, leave a like on the video if you guys want to see more stuff like this, because these eggs were actually pretty expensive. Like, they add up. But like, once you're an adult with money and no one tells you what to do with anything, you can pretty much just get as nerdy as you want with it. It's pretty fantastic. So yeah, if this video gets to like 3,000-4,000 likes, I'll happily do a part 2 where I make more Kaiju eggs, because it's just freaking awesome. Okay, I suppose I should have come in as Vanilla Kong for this to make more sense. Also, I just posted me reacting to Goji Center's new like Godzilla execution video, which was freaking gnarly. If you haven't seen it, it's a memory we should all share together. So yeah, that's linked down below. Okay, so the first egg we're looking at today is the Kong egg. Now, I know what a lot of people are gonna say down below is Kong doesn't lay eggs, and it's like, how do you know, bro? Were you there? Were you there when Kong was born? I mean, the comics were there. The comics kind of depict it perfectly, but you weren't there. There's no way to say this where it doesn't sound weird, but we made a Kong egg. It's basically based off this, like his fur, like Kong's fur, combined with like the Mudhorn egg from the first season of Mandalorian. Remember that like fuzzy egg that they get that they just like cut in half and munch on later? It's pretty much based on those two. It was like, okay, so mammals could lay eggs, and if they did lay eggs, then they'd be brown and fuzzy like the mother, which is, oh, what's going on over here? I'm under attack by monsters. Dude, just trying to talk about eggs. Man, there's no respect in this world. I'm gonna cut your lizard face off for that, buddy. I actually haven't battled a lot of Monster Zeros. This is pretty scary, but I figure if I get on top of it and ride it like a gangster, then I'll just chop its head off in the sky. Is that what happened? That was so freaking cool. And that right there is why Kong deserved his own egg. Now, enjoy your fish dinner, buddy. I think Riot just bodied me. Yes. Which now brings us to our Kong egg. Now, I figured it'd be about this size, right? Because those monkeys hatch pretty big. Obviously, it's going to be a big fuzzy egg, which is why it's like so beautifully fuzzy and hairy. Because, you know, it's like, again, just like the Mudhorns in Mandalorian. It was like a fuzzy egg, a fuzzy creature. So Kong's going to lay some real fuzzy eggs. So let me introduce you to the universe where Kong lays big, big fuzzy eggs. Don't judge me, alright? How about you walk a mile in my shoes, okay? You try being an adult YouTuber with money who could just spend money on stupid Kaiju stuff, okay? You end up with Kong eggs. This is where we are as a society. I don't know why this one's a little darker over there. This one's lighter. I think it's just like the variety we got. Maybe like depending on the fur of the monkey, perhaps. Look at those rich curls though. It looks like the softest egg ever. Like something you could really, I don't know. I was gonna say cuddle, but it's like 200 feet tall, or 50 feet tall, or 30 feet tall. Which brings us to our next Kaiju. There we go, the nose bone was loading. The skull crawler, because skull crawlers are awesome, dude. Like, they were so cool in Kong Skull Island. They were really cool to watch get cut in half in Godzilla vs. Kong. They're pretty happening Kaiju. I just love them so much because they're terrifying, dude. They, like, rip people apart and just commit horrible acts of like mass genocide against local ecosystems by just eating everything, because their metabolism is so insanely boosted. They just have to continuously eat every second they're alive, like, or every second they can't measure if something's worth killing. They just gotta go for it. Plus, crawlers are freaking insane. Like, I'm just gonna kill this Godzilla right here with leisure, baby. Actually, no, the game's lagging pretty bad. I'm not actually doing anything, but had it not been lagging. Plus, you can just hide in the city. He doesn't even, okay, he knows where I am very clearly, but he'll never get to me. I can just hide behind stuff. Okay, for the Skullcrawler egg, there was no imagination involved because they're literally shown in Godzilla vs. Kong, you know, when they like go in the train or whatever and they're transporting Skullcrawler eggs. So I figured we just pretty much based it off that. I pretty much just sent like that image to someone on Fiverr, a modeler to try and replicate it. And this is pretty much what we came back with. Okay, so it's this right over here. Now, I don't know why the dude put a spider in there. Maybe because he thought there was a spider in there in the image. There's like my Muto egg from before, but it's pretty authentic. I mean, it's there's like a red glow coming off of it, which doesn't really show outside in this, but had it actually have shown. The Skullcrawler egg is arguably the least impressive part of this entire video, but it's still kind of cool because it does like sort of super kind of look like a crawler egg. Like, there's like the basic outline of a monster inside. It's like a see-through white egg, and it's good enough. It's probably way too big. We could probably scale this sucker down like a buttload, but there, see, that's like a crawler egg. Like, I don't know, man. Let's see you do better for 50 bucks. Actually, if you can you please contact me? Yeah, I think they look pretty good next to each other. That's about a good size match, right? I think because obviously Kong's born much bigger than they are, but they're still pretty fierce. I feel like that's a good size comparison. I don't know. By that logic, though, Muto pretty much comes out as an adult, right? Once it hatched out of its thing, so it's a nest. But Muto, this was like male Muto. Now it's only like 200 or like, oh my god, I'm overloaded with numbers right now. This is difficult. This should be scaled by professionals. This should be scaled by Goji Center. But I don't have the expertise required for this. Kong doesn't even lay eggs. It throws the whole system off. Okay, and the final egg we're getting into, obviously, is Monster Zero, because I'm flying around as it. It was probably in the title or thumbnail or something. It had to be done. Now, with Monster Zero, it was completely imagination-based. This one looks by far the most amazing. This one was made by Jonathan Miller, who is the gentleman who, like, models all the Kaiju universe stuff, who's actually, like, an insanely talented person. If anything, he has to tone down his skills like crazy, so Roblox doesn't lag out. So, this one was the big leagues. With this one, it was, like, again, completely imagination based because Monster Zero's never really laid an egg. There was like many ways to go about it. It was really tough decisions trying to figure it out. Jonathan laid out a few examples of ideas that were all genius, and I just kind of went with one of those because mine was just gonna be like a regular egg with like lightning zaps going through it or something. I'd say the themes used in this egg were the fact that it has 3 heads. It's a Hydra, 3-headed Hydra with 2 very big wings. So consider those, take those facts into implementation when examining this egg, because it's pretty much based around the fact that a 3-headed giant Hydra like comes out of this thing. It can't be a normal egg in any way, shape, or form. It's gotta be funky. Making my way to the egg. A lot of people criticize the way my guy looks these days because he has like a trash can on his face and he's wearing pajamas, but like maybe I'm just going through a funk. I don't know, dude. He's a trash can. He's the trash man is what he is. Which brings us to the Monster Zero egg, immediately looking much more like an egg than... See, the freaking thing separates every time I go into, like, play also. It's the weirdest thing. But just look at this bad boy. So obviously the lightning crease is going through it because it's Monster Zero. It's a naturally lightning-ish creature, but, like, the way it kind of bends in the center where there'd be 3 heads tilted in, and then the side are just, like, the imprints of these giant wings. I really loved the idea of the egg having some sort of like shape based around the creature on the outside, because these are like would be based on like Earth, you know what I'm saying? But Monster Zero is not even from Earth. It could be from any sort of just crazy birthing situation where the eggs just look like giant horrifying things that are so I guess just have to contain such a monster of a creature that they take the shape of whatever's inside of it a little bit. I love this glowing bit down at the center too. It looks like extremely holy. This looks like an artifact, if anything. A crazy thing that would birth a baby Monster Zero. If you guys have any critiques or stuff you'd like to see down below, I don't know why, whenever you go and like play, it just like separates. Then you see the various layers, and then it's very obvious it's just a spider inside of there, but like it kind of gets the job done a little bit, I suppose. Slowly but surely making my Kaiju egg collection in Roblox. Why? I don't know. I have no intention of ever making a game ever. It's just kind of fun to have these. I'm just a huge nerd who wants to eventually fill this entire thing with like my custom creations just for my own nerdy purposes, I suppose. Alright, so that's enough weirdness for one day. Leave a like on the video and subscribe if you guys want to see more awesome stuff I have planned for this channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!